What's up, guys? Zeenigami here. Let's go through the complete Zoro and Sanji treasure map on the Japanese version One Piece Treasure Cruise. We're going to go over the Coby Helmeppo fight first. Against Coby Helmeppo, we're going to be using a Luffy Ace Sabo Free Spirit team. The big thing about Coby Helmeppo is that they are going to give you all recovery orbs. So if you have characters that either make recovery orbs count as matching, like the Brook, or if you have characters who will change recovery into matching orbs, like the Judy Bonnie here, that will give you lots of orbs. And so like with this team, we have like 3 different orb manipulators that we definitely don't need. So there are a few changes to treasure map this time around, and that is that with on the stages leading up to the final fight, the ones that you run into randomly, like this one I'm doing right here, this is actually going to be the exact same fight that you would get on the final stage, but once you fight it here, you will no longer have to fight a despaired version of that fight on the final stage. Whereas before, like if you fought Coby Helmeppo now, later on you'd have to fight Coby Helmeppo again, except they'd be despaired and they'd show up with like 30% health. Now, whenever you fight them early, you don't have to fight them at all again. So a single fight takes out every single thing. But what has changed is that if you're not in the East Blue tier, so if you're anything above, if you're either in the Grand Line or the New World tier, once you use a team in a fight, you can't reuse it again. So even on the early stages, the ones leading up to the final stage, if you use a team or if you use a character, you cannot reuse them once again, whereas you used to be able to. If you're in the very baby East Blue tier, you can reuse teams just fine. So with Coby Helmeppo, Helmeppo is going to cut our health by 50%. Coby is going to give us all, sorry, other way around. Kobe's going to cut our health by 50%. Helmeppo is going to give us all recovery orbs. We're going to be using Sabo here. We're going to be using Bonnie. We're going to be using Luffy. We got a type boost. We got an orb boost. That's all we need. And like tons of damage. Very, very, very easy first fight. Team is totally overkill. I would actually recommend using Luffy Ace on one of the later fights if you have him. Because the fight that is going to be the most annoying to do is going to be the Usopp and Chopper fight. The Usopp and Chopper fight is the real annoying one here. Because Usopp and Chopper, well, we'll show you what they do when we get there. There are some changes on the maps as well. The maps are a little bit shorter than they were before. And they have new nodes. Like we have this node here that gives you lots of points. This is the direction we're going. So we have a new node here that gives you lots of points whenever you hit it. We have a new node over here that is a chest node. The rainbow chest node will either give you a tablet or it will give you a jewel. That's the orb. So you either get an orb or a jewel there. And I'm glad we hit it. The movement speed down now can be a -2 movement speed. So this is going to reduce 2 from our rolls, which is nice because it makes it a lot easier to get that recovery spot. So now it still goes down to a minimum of 1. And now if I get a 1, a 2, or a 3, I'll get this. And you're going to see me get it right now. Thanks, movement speed down. The best buff ever. Recover 50%. Perfect. And those are the 2 new types of big changes on here. But you'll also notice that the map in general is like much slower. You can get turtles and berries out of Rainbow Chest spot. Okay. But I think if you're in New World, you're going to be getting the tablets and the jewels. So against the Jewelry Bonnie stage, we're going to be using this Striker team. It's Virgo as a captain and then just basically whatever point boosted strikers we have. Remember that if you can't make the same teams I am, the teams that I am using are really not great. I'm just using teams that have a lot of point boosting characters on them right now, and it's just the ones I slapped together. Over the course of running it, I'm going to be changing out my teams as things get harder, replacing a character at a time here and there with characters that will actually make these teams better. For example, this double Virgo team versus the Miss Valentine Mr. 5 stage is actually going to not really get good use out of the Virgo captains because we're actually going to get a preemptive orb boost on stage 6. So stage 6 is actually going to give us an orb boost, so we're not going to get orb boosts out of our Virgos. Well, something I did mention is that now that the stages are 7 stages long, we now have a lot more time to stall. Even the early stages, like the one we got just now, it's still actually 7 stages instead of the previous 3 stages, so you have a lot more turns to actually stall things out. But it does also mean you're going to get a lot more crystals, which is really, really, really nice. A lot of us are running treasure map to get those crystals, and having 7 stages means 7 chances of crystal drops, which is nice. It's really a good improvement to how many things you're going to get. Killer is going to be very nice on this team because Killer is going to change red, green, and blue orbs, or Neo Killer is going to turn red, green, and blue into matching, which is going to be important because we're going to get all badly matching orbs. And Smoker Tashigi here. Remember, if you turn Smoker Tashigi into Tashigi, Tashigi is no longer a striker, so it won't get boosted. And Smoker and Smoker Tashigi are both strikers. On stage 6 here, we got our preemptive orb boost and a 26 hit combo. The Karoo is actually nice because they have a height combo. That's one of the reasons we bring them. The other reason is because they're one of the few point boosted strikers that exist this time around. And on this stage, we're going to preemptively get all badly matching orbs and lock those orbs for 10 turns. So we're going to use Killer to give us some more matching orbs. We're going to use Aokiji to boost our attack. We're going to use Aokiji before we use Smoker to turn into Smoker Tashigi. Otherwise, Smoker Tashigi will boost side characters. We're going to aim our Virgo right here, so that way since he does dex damage, and that will kill him, and then we can spend the rest of our attacks killing Miss Valentine. Cool beans. I'll see you guys when we get to the final stage, and we'll go over the last 3 fights over there. On the final stage, you'll notice here that our Coby Helmeppo fight and our Valentine Mr. 5 fight are completely removed. We've already beaten them, so we only have 3 more fights to do. No more despair fights, just these final 3. On the Brook fight, which is going to be the easier one, we're going to be using the this 6-star law team, or 6+ law team. If you can't use a 6+ law, a double 6+ law, a single 6+ law friend captain especially is very, very good for this fight because the he has a special that pierces through barriers and lets your other specials pierce through barriers. And Pedro is going to have a 2-hit barrier that is going to stop you from hitting him. You can use Law Special to hit through that. I have health down, so you notice my health is really, really low in general for this fight. And I also have Slasher attack up, just if you want to keep track of the buffs I have. Chopper is someone we're bringing on this fight, even though he's not boosted on his team, because we are going to get our entire team paralyzed for 5 turns. So Chopper will make that 5 turns paralysis into a 2-turn paralysis. Doesn't completely remove it. If later on you have a hard time with this fight, that's one of the first things you want to bring is someone who actually completely removes your paralysis instead of just reducing your paralysis like Chopper does, or at least someone who reduces your paralysis as much as you can. The Luffy is going to do nothing for us. Duval will help us take a hit and is also a dex character for the Brook. And Yorkie here is also basically going to do nothing for us. It's just going to be the 2 law specials doing all the heavy lifting, and Duval giving us a bit of a health cut. On this stage, the Pedro will do stuff on death, but no one else is going to do stuff based on how much health they have. So you're not going to have to worry about getting Brook too low. Brook's just going to paralyze you, and after that paralysis, you can just get him as low as you can. Stage 1, they're going to start off with 80,000 hit points for the Pedro, and about 450,000 hit points for the Brook. And that's going to increase by, or Brook's health at least is going to increase by 80,000 every time around. Pedro's health will increase by quite a bit less. So stage final boss, there we go. So there's going to be a paralysis on everybody. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 turns paralysis, not 5 turns. 4 turns paralysis on everyone. Chopper's going to make that a 2-turn paralysis on everyone. Luffy is going to remove that from himself. We use a Duval here. Sure, I guess I could use Law first, but it doesn't matter. Law will take 1 out. Law will hit the other Brook. And now we're just going to try to hit Brook as best we can. Nope. If you get lucky with paralysis, you actually can kill him early. Or if you get a full paralysis remover. So here Pedro's gonna do damage to us. Duval's going to reduce the hit from the Brook, which is nice. Luffy also does a bit of damage with his special. Yorkie does change Psy Orbs into matching for Free Spirit. But he basically doesn't do anything for us right now. The laws will also heal us for 1,000 each, which is going to be very helpful since we have our health down right now. Otherwise, we would have died there. If you have more health, you'd be able to take a few hits, no problem. But when you're at low health, that heal helps out a lot. So this next stage with Usopp Chopper is... I don't know if I'd say difficult, but it is definitely the most annoying of all these fights, the Usopp Chopper fight. Usopp and Chopper, green and blue. Bum bum, yes we do. We're gonna use this double Dex Enel team. Double Dex Enel gives us access to Sabo as a sub, just because he gives us more points. Rayleigh is going to be really nice as a sub because Rayleigh will remove bind. The reason Usopp Chopper is so annoying is that they're going to lock your orbs of your captains. Lock being reject your orbs, being blanking your orbs, whatever you want to call it. So they're going to lock your captain orbs for 10 turns. And then they're going to also... Usopp is going to bind one random character every single turn for 5 turns. So every single turn, somebody's getting binded for 5 turns. If he hits a different character every single turn, that means you're going to have 2 characters binded at least all the time. But he can't also hit a character twice. Like he can bind my Law, then you can bind my Law again, so it'll be a 3-turn bind after those, if assuming you have level 3 anti-bind. So make sure you have level 3 anti-bind first of all on this team. Rayleigh's going to be doing the heavy lifting since Rayleigh is a bind remover. He'll also make green Psy and yellow orbs, green Psy and purple orbs into matching orbs for free spirit characters, and Law gives us exact those colors, so we'll get matching orbs over here. And also boost those orbs with the Law, and a Dex boost with the Enel. This double Dugong stage is a little annoying since we're using a full Dex team, but it's not difficult. You'll get past it, no problem. Perona is just here because she's pretty, I guess. She's green. There are a lot of Dex characters, so a double Dex and L team is pretty easy to make. You have a lot of Dex characters that are boosted this time around. Robins! 2 Robins are going to cut our health, and they're going to silence us. Cut our health by 50%. It's a little scary, but hey, we have double an L team. That means we get to heal a bunch. Please don't kill me. Cool beans. It's actually the first time I haven't killed both of them or one of them in the first attack. They won't do anything based off their health, they'll just punch you. Okay, so Usopp Chopper, we're going to get our attack reduced by 90% for 2 turns. Prevents debuffs, slot bind for 10 turns. We're going to be waiting out these 2 turns on the Usopp Chopper. Perona is going to be really, really important right now since my health is low, so I can reduce damage from a hit while we're waiting for that attack down to go away. This is when he's going to start binding us. Rayleigh first. Alright. Not too much damage from these 2. That's enough that I can heal up. You can look for some matching orbs while you're waiting for that to go away. Oh, I only have level 2 anti-bind on this team right now. Well, that's not good. Please don't hit my Rayleigh again. I'd be greatly appreciative. Oh man, level 2 anti-bind is actually really, really bad. That makes a big difference. I should have paid attention. Oh, no, my Rayleigh. Well, our attack reduction's gone. Chopper and Usopp. Chopper is going to hit us harder below 50%. We'll take out Chopper. We're not dead, but man, we are not having a good time. Yeah, you do whatever, Usopp. You do that thing that you do, man. Using a better team on this fight would be recommended. Can I get my Rayleigh back and then I can burst you? If we don't get Rayleigh binded this turn, then we can burst him down. Otherwise, we're just going to chip away his health slowly. He can't kill us, but it's just going to take us a bit to kill him. Cool beans. Alright. Rayleigh. Law. And Enel. Oh, yeah. I promise that it goes way better if you have level 3 anti-bind. And on the final stage, we're going to be using a double Treasure Map Ace team because Treasure Map Ace is kind of super amazingly awesome. If you have a version 2 Rayleigh Legend, version 2 Rayleigh Legend works great. Oh, I don't want potions, man. I have too many potions. Bum, ba, bum. Thank you. So we're going to have 2 mini-boss stages. We're going to have a mini-boss on stage 5, a mini-boss on stage 6, and of course the final boss. A double Treasure Map Ace team. We're going to be using one of our aces on stage 5. We're going to be using Oars and Hogback together on stage 6. Paying very, very close attention not to get Sanji below 50%, and we're going to use our last ace on the final stage. Early stages don't matter. The Zoro actually has pretty low hit points. Zoro only has like 250,000 hit points to start. So you can get past the Zoro without using 80 specials if you'd like. And depending on the orbs, you can just go straight past Zoro. Zoro will give you tandem, recovery, and empty orbs, which you can use like X-Drake for. In fact, let's do that. Let's switch it up. Let's use X-Drake for the Zoro stage, and we'll use Ace and the Hogback Island dudes for the Sanji stage. Nah, man. Sure, we'll get our health really, really low. I guess our X-Drake is not going to be giving us more orbs. X-Drake's orb manipulation only works above 70% health, which if I were paying attention to, I'd notice I wasn't at that health point. So we're gonna be doing some funky things. Yeah, give us some recover orbs. That's what I want. Recover me, please. I have level 4 heal per turn right now. Recovery is nice. There we go. Is that above 70%? I think that's above 70%. My mental math, I think, is good enough. Yeah, that's definitely above 70%. Alright, Zoro. He's going to shuffle our orbs. We're going to use X-Drake. Gives us matching orbs. And that'll be good enough. Thank you. Also locks those orbs for 1 turn. It doesn't matter, we're going to get those orbs shuffled by the Sanji anyways. So Sanji is way more difficult than the Zoro fight. Sanji is going to bind both of our captains. He's also going to give us all block orbs. And he's going to reduce his damage taken by 80% for 3 turns. 1, 2, past 2 turns. We're going to delay him now. And we're just going to tack on this delayed turn. Eat that recovery orb thanks to the orbs giving us a recovery orb. Actually should have attacked with Yola just to get 2 recovery orbs, I guess. And on this second turn, we're going to be using the Hogback Since he's still delayed, we will get the full or the additional boost off of that hogback, and then use one of our aces. The reason I have these characters in the order in the positions I have them is because here on the final stage, our captains are going to get rewinded for 2 turns. Our middle row is going to get rewinded for 1 turn. And then our bottom row is not going to get rewinded at all. So doing this, I can use Giola to reduce damage taken. Actually, probably should use Giola next turn since I had some good orbs there. We're going to be keeping them above 50% health. Below 50% health, they're going to hit us harder. They're going to do double damage below 50%. So we'll pass that turn. If you're on higher difficulty, you can just attack there also. And then now we'll be using our ace once again. Give us fully matching orbs, boost those orbs, and take them out. If you use an orb booster versus Sanji Zoro, then they're going to get a 5-hit good barrier, so do not use an orb booster versus Sanji Zoro. Sanji Zoro, our first farmable dual character. Unless you count the login Smoke with Shigi. Sanji Zoro is... it's a treasure map character. First of all, they're like really, really, really good. Their captain ability is... Let me go over it. Let's pull them up first and we'll talk about what they do, right? Thanks, treasure map. You're the best. Treasure map this time around is way faster, dude. The way they've changed it is it's so much nicer. People are actually finishing it on a first day without too much hassle and stuff. It's good stuff. All right. Do I have to evolve you first before I can check you out? I do have to evolve you first. Okay, well, let's go over to this button. I can show him over here. Haha! We did it. Sanji Zoro is a slasher fighter, or a fighter powerhouse for Sanji, or a slasher driven for Zoro, and slasher fighter for the both of them. Their captain ability for just Sanji is which one is Sanji? Both of them reduce the cooldowns of all specials by 2 at the start. Sanji boosts the attack of Dex characters by 2 times, boosts the attack of Psy characters by 2.75 times. Zoro's the other way around. Zoro boosts the attack of Green by 275, Sanji, and boosts the attack of Yellow by 2 times. And whenever they're transformed, they are going to boost the attack of Dex and Psy characters by 3.75 times. Is this the right? Yeah, that's the right one. That's the wrong one. They're going to boost the attack of Dex and Psy characters by 3.75 times, and makes Psy and Dex orbs beneficial to Psy and Dex characters. Their special ability deals 30 times your attack and typeless damage to one enemy that pierces, so go through barriers. It'll boost the effect of Dex and Psy orbs. Boost the effect of orbs on Dex and Psy characters by 2.25 times for 1 turn. And they'll become Sanji Zoro for only 1 turn. So this is our shortest transformation character. Whereas Smoker Tashigi transforms for 2 turns, Luffy Ace transforms for 3 turns, Sanji Zoro only transforms for 1 turn, so you get a 1 turn of big transformation boost. Through their limit break, you're going to get a Sailor ability that makes Tandem Orbs beneficial to Dex and Psy characters. They're going to boost the attack of Psy characters by 30 and boost the attack of Dex characters by 30 as a Sailor ability. And they'll also, once you become a dual character Sailor, they'll boost the attack of Dex and Psy characters by 50 once they switch. Limit breaks. So a neat thing about their limit break tree here. I guess I can't see their limit break tree here. I have to actually evolve them, but I can't see it for now. Their limit break tree actually doesn't have the captain ability upgrades as before, so their captain abilities actually are much easier to get than they used to. This is really weird to see like a completely blank here. Their captain abilities actually are much easier to get. You don't have to fully max them out in order to have like a useful captain ability. but their special ability still starts at a really, really long cooldown, and you really want to max out their limit break in order to reduce their cooldown. Oh, it isn't their captain ability still changes? No, my bad. Anyways, go get your 1 million points. Go get your Sanji Zoro. I've been Zeenigami, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all stay beautiful.